Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ren. If you are a recurring subscriber, welcome back. Wagwan. Today I'll be doing a rainbow inspired makeup tutorial. I will be starting this tutorial like right now. I have been watching shows like Money Heist. Well, not have been up because I watched it like the first they came out. I watched the whole well, for people who watch Money Heist, can we just talk about how they only gave us 8 episodes? Like Netflix, look at me. What are we supposed to be doing with 8 episodes? Is this a mid-season break? Like, what's going on? I'm just like, okay, when Money Heist finish, and this is gonna be some spoilers alert. If you have not watched Money Heist Part 4, there's gonna be some spoilers alert. If you don't mind spoilers, then well, I mean, by now you should know what happened because it's been out for a while and mad people have been talking about it on Twitter and all over the place. So, you know, don't blame me. Blame you for not watching it, okay? Initially, I didn't even realize that they were only giving us 8 episodes. So I'm watching it. I don't even remember at what point I realized it was 8 episodes, and I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm just like, isn't this like one of the best shows on Netflix? Like, if you disagree, like, you're a hater. I'm just kidding, but like, it's like one of the best shows that Netflix has. And I'm just a little bit confused as to why you would only give us 8 episodes, but okay. I'm just like, you know what? This is Money Eyes, and 8 episodes of this show is better than like 20 episodes of some other shows. So you know what? I don't even care at this point. Then, so first of all, let's just talk about how annoyed that I am that they're robbing this second place. Because Tokyo with her dumbass self, I mean, I love Tokyo, but Tokyo with her dumb self decided that she wanted to go and live hype life instead of staying on the island with Rio. First of all, Tokyo, what is your problem? Like, I understand, like, alright, I understand, say, you're on an island, is like, I'm not even gonna say it's like quarantine, because you have a whole island. You're on an island, but you're restricted to that island. Okay, fine. You know, but guess what, Tokyo? You're a fugitive. Okay? So you should be keeping yourself put. Keeping yourself quiet. But no. You want to tell Rio, oh, I'm going to go. Rio with his dumb self as well. Calling Tokyo. And now they capture him. And now we're here stuck, the rest of us. Because I'm like in the show too. Can you tell? The rest of us, we are stuck. We're stuck here now. Now we gotta go save Rio. Fast forward to part 4. Tell me again. Why is Palermo so stupid? Because Palermo is supposed to be the one who is in charge. And because he can't take the fact that Tokyo is in charge, goes and I'm gonna use, you guys will not even believe what I'm using. I'm using a paint pot from MAC. I'm using soft ochre because I feel like recently my eyelids have been very oily, and this always helps the oiliness. But I'm gonna add some concealer on top of it just to make my eyelids even, because we're doing a very colorful look today and I want everything to pop. So now we're here. Palermo, he decides to help the guard escape, right? How dumb. Like, this man is a known assassin. Like, Berlin Binge said this. This guy is an assassin. He knows this. And decided, oh, I'm just gonna let him go so he could go crazy, and then everybody will look to me. Like, he's just one of those people. Like, who always wants to be right. And I know everybody knows someone like that, who no matter what, the world could be going to hell, they just want to make sure that people see them and people know, like, oh, I was the one who was right. Like, I knew it. I knew it. And it's just like, at this point, the world is ending. Nobody cares who knew that the world was ending when the world's ending, because you knowing that the world is ending ain't stopping the world from ending. Like, do you not see that? I hate people like that. They're just so annoying. It's like, focus on the, like, how we can fix this solution right now, because we stopping to give you the praises ain't gonna do nothing. Palermo, he decides to let the crazy assassin guard free who captures Tokyo. Tell me now, wasn't that very predictable that he was going to capture Tokyo? And I'm going to be using some palettes today, some colorful palettes. This is the Norvina 3 palette. It is a neutralish colorful palette, and I really love this palette. It is so nice. It's definitely one of my favorite palettes. And we're also going to be, yeah, everything's just falling as usual. We're also going to be using the Warrior 3 palette that Juvia's Place came out with. I have actually never used this palette. I have definitely swatched the palette, but I've actually never used it, and I've owned it for quite a while. When it just came out, I copped it because I gotta get all their palettes for some reason. And we're gonna be using those palettes today. First color that I'm gonna be taking is this color B3 from the Norvina palette. Yeah, so like, I'm just like, what? How dumb can you be? So then the guy, what's his name? Guillermo? What's his name? I forgot his name. The security guy. He goes and captures Tokyo and hides her in this special part of the bank that the others do not know about. Not even the professor. He later figures out then, because, you know, professor, he knows everything. Like, the professor is my favorite character in the show. For some reason, first of all, before he even captures Tokyo, he tries to kill my sis Nairobi. I'm just like, yo, why are you so obsessed with her? This man did the craziest stuff to her. He pushed a hole in the wall and put her head through it and nail her up like Jesus. I said, nah. He is going too crazy right now. So I'm like, no, so I'm like, this can't real. So now I'm just like, what is the crew going to do about this? What is going to happen? Anyways, he gets back to where he goes, where he was hiding. But not before they have a truce. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna let Nairobi go and you guys are gonna let me go, blah blah blah, whatever. My son has Nairobi on a leash like a dog. He lets her go. Then the most crazy part of the entire show, he lets her go, right? Then he's gonna be like, hey mutt, because that's apparently what he was calling her, a mutt. At that point I was like, nah, I'm done with this show. This is how I feel about Good Doctor when they killed off Melendez. But let me not even get into that, because that's a whole other story. But I'm like, are you kidding me? She goes through all of that, getting shot, getting her head put through a whole thing, a whole door, almost dying, to be shot in the forehead. Who is writing this show? And why are y'all so cruel to me? And next, I'm gonna use the shade right beside it. That's called B4. Okay, so you know Professor. Let's talk about Professor for a little bit. So I was a little bit disappointed in Professor. Well, not really disappointed, but so you know the Professor and the, what's her name? Liz is with Lisbon, who was a detective who fell in love with him. So she gets captured because she couldn't climb the tree. And they fake kill her. So the professor hears the gunshot. He thinks, oh my god, my Lisbon is dead. But still manages to get away as usual, because that's the professor and he surprises you every single time. To deepen up the crease, I'm gonna use the darker purple in the Warrior palette right here. My son professor, he gets away on bikes and stuff, and it's only after he speaks with Tokyo, he realizes that, oh wait, like, you're right, Tokyo, like, because Tokyo was telling him like, did you actually see them shoot Lisbon? And he's like, oh no. And that's exactly what they had done. Like, the police definitely did exactly what was done to them, which was to make them believe something happened or something was going on using their senses. But that really was not the case. And I was just like, Professor, it took you long enough to realize what they were doing. He manages somehow to surprise you every single time. Like, this show keeps you on your toes. Like, every time I'm watching it, I'm just like, oh my god, how are they gonna get out of this? And they get out of it every single time. It's not a show where you're just like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. Because a lot of times I'm watching shows, I'm like, oh, I know, like, the guy's gonna like marry the girl, or they're gonna just like do this, or it's a lot of shows are super predictable. I don't feel like this show is predictable at all, not even a little bit. Like, if you love a suspense driven show, I feel like this show you would absolutely love, because that's one of the reasons why I love it so much, because it is so suspense driven. Like, you're constantly wondering what is next. So this is what happens outside. Oh my god, guys, this look is so pretty, so far. So this is what happens outside. I don't know, I only have like 3 colors. This is what happens outside of the mint that they're robbing, where the professor is. Inside of the mint, they're coming up with a whole nother scheme to fool the police once again. The police are constantly being looked at as dumb as hell. Then they send out my good sis Nairobi in her little casket because they killed her, which caused a whole revolution. Professor, he decides to let the world know about Rio, because, you know, when they took Rio, they tortured him and he will definitely be scarred for life. So I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, so then the professor comes up with this crazy ass plan, yo. This crazy ass plan to free his girlfriend. Professor is unlike any other. He hires some people to dig. Very similar to like season 1 when they were digging to escape the bank. He digs a hole into the parking garage where they pretty much the hole that they created in the wall to make it seem as if no hole was dug at all. Then they discuss as a judge with another criminal, kidnap this random lady this random lady to play Lisbon, put everybody in the truck. So they basically, while Lisbon is being taken out of the courthouse to be transported to jail, the professor is there with another lookalike crew to basically swap out Lisbon with this random lady and tell them, okay, you're gonna drive, act like everything is normal, or you're gonna be blown up by a bomb. Oh, I think I drew this one too high. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I did not want this one so high. For me, this just showed the geniusness of the professor. Like, the man is a freaking genius. So he rescues Lisbon like how he rescued Tokyo, but in 2 completely different ways, both successful. Like, who was rescuing fugitives? I can't even say the word. Fugitives. Who is rescuing them? Like, you watch shows and you see how other people have done it, but professor is just, he's unlike any other. They get Lisbon back into the building by doing the craziest stunt ever. They get a whole helicopter that the professor buys on the black market. I mean, what? He buys a whole helicopter, trick them. That is this guy coming outside. The guy that captured Tokyo and killed Nairobi. He has to pretend like he's coming outside. They send the helicopter, which is actually the professor helicopter. that Lisbon is in, and now Lisbon is back. Lisbon is in the mint now with the other people. The professor speaks his truth about Rio to the world to let them know how corrupt and evil and wicked the police really are, and how much they tortured him. They buried Rio in the middle of the desert, making him feel like he was going, no, they made him dig his own grave. Then after he digs his own grave, they tell him to go in the coffin, shuts it, seals it back, and then lets him feel like he's going to die. And then I guess at the last minute they retrieve him. If that's not torture, like, I don't know what is. So the professor reveals this. Everybody's just like, what the hell? The old commander, or whatever he was, the old person who was in charge, he comes now like, no, we gotta make a statement. He comes with his dummy self like, they're lying. It's nothing like that. They're completely lying. This is all false. Only for the professor to give proof by finding the location where Rio was buried. I'm like, how dare you continue to underestimate the professor and his greatness. By the way, the look that I'm doing is actually an inspired look. I saw it on Instagram from this girl called, I don't even know if this is her name, but I will link her name in the description below. But this is the look that we're trying to achieve. So this is, I always like to do stuff that are wearable. I mean, makeup is fun, and you could do a lot, and you could basically wear whatever you want to wear. You could make anything that you want to make wearable, but there are just certain things that I personally like and I deem wearable that some people would deem, something that I just deem wearable. And there's some other very more what I would consider outlandish stuff that other people would consider wearable. So it's just really a perspective thing. But I consider this colorful wearable. Some people don't consider color at all wearable. And when I say wearable, I mean like stuff that you can wear out. So I'm going back into the the Novena Volume 3 palette. And I'm using the color A2, which is a light orange color. Sorry, I stopped talking, like I have to. He releases, boom. Another proof showing how wicked and evil the government is by letting everyone hear how they tried to trick him into thinking that Lisbon was dead when she really wasn't. Okay, so now I'm gonna be taking this reddish shade right here. This one is the color C2. No, oh my god, I'm mixing it up. So when Lisbon got back into the mint, and then she was transported to the prison, then my sis stalled, and then the professor broke her out. Okay, so Alicia, she is the one who was basically in charge of torturing Rio, right? So they're basically telling my sis Alicia that she should be the one to take the fall. So I'm gonna use the yellow shade in the Warrior palette, this one right here. The Anastasia Volume 3 also has a yellow shade, but I do like the yellow in the Warrior one a little bit better. So she's just agreeing like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, of course, like I'll take the fall. Till she goes up to make her speech, then she's just like, right. So Alicia is just telling everybody the whole tea about everything. So then of course they're just like, oh, we gotta go arrest Alicia for telling the truth. Because they really thought Alicia was going to take all the blame for everything and was going to trust that they were going to come to her rescue. So Alicia being the crazy person that she is and the wonderful detective that she is, because you may not like her because we're set to like the thieves in this show, but she's really good at her job. So she figures out that the professor actually goes to the house of one of the persons who were working there, and that's how he was able to let Lisbon know what she was supposed to do. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to be taking is this more deep purpley shade in the color C4. I'm just like, first of all, you guys trusted the wrong one. Because Alicia, she's not going to let you guys get off that easy. So she goes, she tells everybody like, yep, like, yeah, we did all the bad stuff. Like, we tortured the kid. We did everything. Because at this point, her job was already pretty much over. So she's just like, you know what? Whatever. So I was saying, like, she finds, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, this is a crazy show. So excuse me if you're like, oh my god, like, you're not telling it right. Like, girl, no, you're messing it up. I could be messed up, but I'm giving you the whole story. This is the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. No matter how many foundations I try, this is always within my favorites. Okay, so with a damp sponge, I'm gonna go ahead and blend out everything. Oh, see? Dries really fast. What happened just after she figures out that the guy was helping the professor? Sis did her whole detective work and did what no one else could do and locate the professor. She is, by the way, I don't know how many months pregnant she is, but sis looks like she's goodly 9 months pregnant, which means it looked like she's about to have a baby in 2.5 seconds. So sis walked to wherever the professor is located, finds the professor, and has a gun to the professor's head. And this is pretty much how the series ends after 8 episodes. And this is why I'm mad, because we needed to see more. We needed to see, like, now we're left. We don't know when. We don't know when there's gonna be season 5. And we're just left. Well, I am left here thinking, like, what the heck is going to happen next? Because Alicia is crazy. And we don't know what. Like, the professor himself looks, well, professor looks terrified of everybody, so I'm not even gonna say professor, but he looks so terrified. And I'm just like, first of all, the people in the bank, they need the professors because they're all cuckoo. So they need the professor. So I'm just so excited to see what is going to happen in season 5, because first of all, I want to know what the heck they're going to do with Arturo and how they're going to keep him in the show, because he is so annoying. Like, I watch a lot of shows with annoying people, but he's definitely top 2 and he's not number 2. If you watch Money Heist, like, let me know who your favorite characters are. I already told y'all, Professor is my guy. I love the Professor. I also love Denver. I think Denver is so funny. I love Denver too. And I'm just like, Netflix, y'all know y'all wrong for giving us only 8 seasons. But I'm just like, 8 episodes. I've been watching that a lot. I've also watched, but I've only watched the first episode of Tiger King, which I guess when I'm finished watching that, then I'll discuss it. But so far, it's very funny. I don't know, it's a little bit funny to me. A little bit interesting, like, with the tigers and everything. But I just really want to see what everyone is going so crazy about, because mad people were talking about it. So I want to see what the hype is about. But other than that, I've just been watching like regular shows that I love, like The Office. I've been watching The Office almost every day, and like other just little shows that I love. If you guys have any recommendations for really good shows, like please leave them below. I need something very fun to watch. So I'm gonna be using the color A1 next. It's like a very neon highlighter color. You know that highlighter color? So I've applied the paint pots underneath my eyes where I'm going to apply the eyeshadows. So now going back with that highlighter shade from ABH from the Norvina palette, and I'm putting it right in this area. You know what? Let me set my under eyes with some. Okay, so this is with the neon yellow greenish color. There really aren't any blues in this palette, so except this really frosty blue color. So I'm gonna use the blue from going in with the color Gola, which is the blue shade. Okay, so now we're really seeing the rainbow coming to life. So pretty. So none of the other palettes are like a really dark blue. So I got my ColourPop rainbow palette. And also, now that I'm looking at this palette, it has all the shades that you need for this look. Every single one. So if you have this ColourPop rainbow palette, then you could do this exact look and you won't need the other two palettes if you just want to work with one palette. And I'm going to be taking this blue shade right here. Do I still think this is wearable? Kinda. I really overlooked this palette, because if I was really paying attention, then I would have just used this palette for the whole look. I'm going to take some of that black shade and I'm just going to apply it a little bit over the blue. So what I did was just to apply some setting powder onto my base, and I'm gonna brush it off right now. And I'm taking a blue liner and I'm just lining my waterline. So I have done my liquid liner, and the next step for me is to do my lashes. So I'm just gonna do my lashes really quick off camera because I feel like this video is already gonna be way too long, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my lashes are on. I'm gonna do some bottom lashes as well. No, I'm not gonna do bottom lashes. I'm gonna put mascara on my bottom lashes. The picture that I saw, she had on bottom lashes, but I never do bottom lashes. I'm just not at that. I'm extra, but I'm not at that level of extra yet. Okay, so now is one of my favorite things to do next, which is to bronze up my skin, because who doesn't love bronzer? And this is the kind of extra I am. The kind of extra that I am is using two bronzers. So I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm going to also be using the Hoola Toasted bronzer from Benefit. I like this one. This one's a bronzer that really warms up the skin, and this one has a little bit of a cool tone. It's a little bit more cool tone, and that's gonna add more of a shadowy contourish type of look. Powder right there, that's kind of like my guide, and that's kind of showing me where I want to stop my bronzer. So I don't want to take my bronzer lower than this line right here. It's gonna bronze. And now I'm gonna be taking the Benefit Hoola Toasted, and I'm gonna apply. I know I completely stop talking about the show, but that's like pretty much. And then I'm gonna apply some setting spray to the face. She's pretty. This is so pretty. I've always wanted to do a rainbow look, but I've always like rainbow. It's a little bit intimidating, but I feel like this rainbow look is not that intimidating because on the eyes we have very warm color, and then just under here we have like the green and the blue. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're almost done. We're almost done. Don't leave yet. Don't leave us yet. I'm taking my lip liner. You know the one. It's Morphe. And this gloss is from Colourpop. This is the Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Fantasia. Now I'm gonna be applying some highlighter. And to be honest, I'm not really into highlighter as much, but I feel like for this look, based on the picture that I was looking at, she was heavily highlighted. And not just that, I feel like it would go really good with the look, with the glossy lip and everything. One thing about makeup, like, it really, for me personally, it changes my mood. Like, I could go from feeling blah, which is exactly how I was feeling earlier. I was feeling super blah, super blah. But now that my makeup is done and my hair is done, I feel like a brand new person, and I have all of a sudden all this energy that I don't know where it came from, just because I feel like being really good. And that's why they say when you look good, you feel good. So if you know that that makeup kind of has that effect on you and you're still feeling kind of blah, like, just try and do it. Like, if you know that it'll eventually, like, at first I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this? But then now that I've done it, I feel so much better. I got mad energy. I feel really good. I'm like, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before summer. Can you guys help me out? And summer, I mean, like, probably like, I'll put it at July 1st. Let me see if I could get to 1,000 subscribers by July 1st, and I really need your help. So all you gotta do is like the video and share the video and subscribe, of course, and bye.